This week on Berkshire News Now, we spent some fun in the sun at the annual Eagle Street Beach Party. Then, BNN reporter Robert Weary gives us an update on the Steeple Cats for this week's edition of Weary Entertainment News. And we find out how residents beat the summer heat. That's coming up next on Berkshire News Now.
July 23rd episode of Berkshire News Now. I'm Julia Texera. Starting on August 1st, Big Y will be charging 10 cents per paper bag at the North Adams location and eliminating plastic bags altogether. The hope with this change is to encourage shoppers to bring reusable bags when shopping. Big Y is following a trend throughout the county as the city of Pittsfield passed a ban on single-use plastic bags this past spring. Rain or shine, bring a lawn chair, beverages, and snacks for an evening of music at the campground on July 27th from 6 to 9 p.m. at the Mount Greylock Campsite Park. The event will feature a performance from classic rock artist Livio Gravini. Tickets are $5. For more information, visit www.mountgreylockcampsitepark.com. In Adams, 2 residents have been appointed to take care of the Daniel Court Cemetery and the Bowens Corner Cemetery. The Cemetery Commission has appointed Alan Mendel and Joanna Maxwell to oversee the care of the historic cemeteries. Both cemeteries have histories dating back to the War of 1812 and the Revolutionary War. Speaking of Adams, BNN reporter Meg Craig breaks down all the drama at the Adams Select Board meeting.
At the July 17th Adams Board of Selectmen meeting, Fire District Superintendent John Barrett delivered a report on the town's water system. Barrett commissioned a water conservation plan. The plan incorporates a third tank to be used if the town were to experience a drought. Barrett stressed the need for a 10-year construction plan to upgrade the Commercial Street water main. Many of the town's water lines are 100 or more years old. Holly and Stephen Stenson, operators of Red PM, presented the board with an update on the progress of the historic Mossert block. The plan is to initiate an Adams Food Innovation District. It would be a collaborative kitchen whose mission is to promote locally grown food, create more jobs, increase tourism, and spread healthy food diversity. However, the meeting became contentious when board member Joseph Novak cited the long delays in getting to this point, considering Stenson bought the building in 2011. Novak read from press articles on promises made and not delivered. Finally, Select Board Chair Christine Hoyt ended the discussion and suggested that the board tour the facility to gauge progress to date. Council and Aging Director Erica Girgenti presented the Adams Board with a symbolic check of $157,052. This amount illustrates the man-hours donated by local volunteers. Several of these volunteers attended the meeting and were complimented by Girgenti and the board. For Berkshire News Now, I'm May Craig.
Youth Theater presents The Giver by Lois Lowry on July 25th through the 27th at 7:30 p.m. At the First Congregational Church on Main Street in Williamstown. Come learn what happens when the main character Jonas finds out that everything is not what it seems and what is supposed to be a perfect utopian society. Tickets are $10 for adults and $7 for children. On August 10th at 6 p.m., come to Mingo's for Musical Bingo. While Mingo's regularly hosts Musical Bingo monthly, this particular event will raise money for wreaths across America in order to place a wreath on the grave of every veteran in North Adams. Entry to play is $25 per person. North Adams has given its residents a warning on what to throw away as trash. City Administrative Officer Michael Canales has said that last month, 13 tires were found in the waste stream and the city had to pay more than $1,300 to move them to recycling. The city has said that when disposing of certain items that are deemed hazardous, residents should take their items to the transfer station. The city will add signs at the transfer station and embark on a public education campaign to help people understand the process better. And with temperatures rising to levels of almost 100 degrees this past weekend, Berkshire residents sounded off on how they beat the heat.
Over the last weekend, temperatures reached scorching hot numbers all over the country, including the Berkshires. Residents expressed how they are beating the heat.
I'm lucky enough to have air conditioning at home, and I might just go to Windsor Pond and stick my feet in the water too.
I swim in my pool and I sit in front of my air conditioner.
I
have kind of a multi-pronged strategy. I think I'm going to swim in some cold mountain stream. There's one in Williamstown that has really great water, really cold. I think I'll eat fruit and stay home with all of my windows closed and my blinds down.
We are going to play golf, which hopefully means we'll stay cool because we'll drive around and we'll walk around.
Been pretty difficult, but hopefully we'll maybe go in the Green River for a few minutes and also just drink lots of iced coffee.
While some may stay inside or go for a big splash in the water, other people like Williamstown Farmers Market organizer Ann Hodgland still faithfully works hard to serve her community at the Williamstown Farmers Market.
Easy. I'm not rushing. I'm staying in the shade, and I'm picking up some ingredients for a nice summer salad. So when it gets hot and humid later in the day, I can enjoy some fresh local ingredients without doing any cooking.
She talks about how the other vendors are staying cool.
Vendors is handing out free iced coffee pops to all the vendors. We're making sure that all the vendors have canopies and that the shade is adequate. And we're just asking people to take it easy and to really take care of themselves. And, we're helping, if a vendor's alone in the booth, we're making sure that we can provide them with some cool drinks and stay hydrated.
In the city of North Adams, Mass Mocha offered free admission to residents during the peak hours of the heat, while Windsor Lake offered free parking to residents. And with the summer only halfway over, the North Berkshire Emergency Planning Committee is urging people to keep pets out of vehicles, take advantage of cool areas, and most importantly, to stay hydrated. And for Berkshire News Now, I'm Julia Texera.
The Clarksburg Senior Center is closing its doors on July 31st after the Clarksburg Council on Aging has decided to disband. The council is currently made up of 5 aging members, and we need to fill up 7 vacant positions in order to keep going. Vice Chairwoman Shirley Theron said to iBerkshires that the board members were just tired. Their numbers had dropped from 14 to 5 over the years as people moved, dropped off, or died. Those left are getting up in years, with some in their 90s, and the majority have been involved in the COA for upwards of 20 years. The Williamstown Theater Festival will be presenting Before the Meeting on the Nico stage from August 7th to August 18th. The play was written by Adam Bach and is directed by Trip Coleman. Starring Deidre O'Connell, Midori Francis, and Arnie Burton, the play examines how to truly make amends on the road to recovery. For more ticket information, you can go to WTFestival.org. In the fall, the City of North Adams plans to release a request for proposal for an airport terminal restaurant. The Airport Commission is looking to use the vacant medical building that was donated to the city by Birth Care Health Systems. The hope is that the building will not only have a restaurant, but it will also serve as the Harriman and West Airport's administrative building. The 45th Adams Agricultural Fair will be taking place from August 2nd through August 4th. The 3-day event will feature tractors, animals, musical performances, and more fun for the whole family. Admission for each day is $10 for tickets, and for children ages 5 to 12, tickets are $8, and a 3-day pass is $25 for adults. For more information, visit www.agriculturalfair.org/schedule. Speaking of fun for the whole family, North Adams celebrated the 21st annual Eagle Street Beach Party, and I had the chance to share some fun in the sun with its residents.
The 21st annual Eagle Street Beach Party was packed as 250,000 pounds of sand were spread along historic Eagle Street. With musical performances, kiddie pools, and an adult evening fiesta, residents expressed their excitement at attending the beach party.
Well, we get to see people we haven't seen in a while, people that maybe don't normally get out. They all come down here and bring their kids, and it's a good time. It's a relaxed atmosphere, and it's almost always a nice day.
So we're having a great time. It's a fantastic time. If you're at home now, come on down. You can't miss a beach party. You can't grow up in North Adams and miss a beach party.
The best part is that it's a free event that the whole community can come to and be with each other and just see everybody having fun together.
Because I have a 2-year-old son, and this is his thing. This is being around other kids is a blast for him.
Started by Eric Rudd, the event has become a yearly tradition for many residents.
A lot of fun, actually. They're giving out free beach balls and free food, actually.
This is the 21st year that they're having it, and my kids helped out with the very first year. So you can't miss a beach party. You can't grow up in North Adams and miss a beach party.
Residents end by sharing why this event is important to the community.
This part is having all of North Adams here, just having a blast in the sand, in the sun.
I moved to North Adams about 4 years ago, and I've come every summer since. It's just a lot of fun, and it's a great way for the whole community to get together.
And for Berkshire News Now, I'm Julia Texera.
Come explore a natural wonder on a 30 to 40-minute walk and discover the natural mysteries of the Natural Bridge State Park. The walking tour is welcome to all ages. The Natural Bridge History Tour is free every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. from Memorial Day to Columbus Day. In North Adams, the Public Safety Committee has voted to recommend meter parking on the east side of Ashland Street. The request was made to the Traffic Committee by Greg Maloney, who owns one of the buildings on that side of the street. Maloney made the argument that by allowing meter parking on that side of the street, it will allow for more convenience for not only his business, but other businesses as well. In Clarksburg, a special town meeting will take place to vote on the next steps towards a school district merger with Stanford, Vermont. If the merger moves forward, Stanford School will become an early education center with grades pre-kindergarten through 2, and Clarksburg School would house grades 3 through 8. This will result in larger classes and open up space in both buildings for more programming. The meeting to determine the next steps will take place at 6:30 on July 31st at the Clarksburg School. In this week's edition of Weary Entertainment News, Robert Weary previews a few upcoming concerts at Mass Mocha and gives us an update on the Steeplecats.
Thanks, Julia. Welcome to this week's edition of Weary Entertainment News. Summer concert season in the Berkshires, so in this week's episode, I'll be discussing a few popular series, as well as giving an update on the North Adams Steeplecats. Every Wednesday from June to August, bands from all across the western Massachusetts area play at Windsor Lake, which is fun for the entire family. On Wednesday, July 24th, there is going to be a special doubleheader performance. At 6 o'clock p.m., the Matchsticks Architects will be performing. This band is an indie rock Americana band based in Pittsfield, who are in the process of a new album. Their latest single, Despicable You, can be currently streamed on Spotify. Then at 7:15, there will be a preview of Mass Mocha's. This is an annual event which encourages the creativity and talent of drummers. If you are unable to attend the Mass Mocha version, the performance at Windsor Lake is the next best thing. The July 24th Windsor Lake concert should run from 6 p.m. to 8:15 p.m. A rain date has yet to be determined. All Windsor Lake concerts are free to the public. Next, popular artist Maggie Rogers will be performing at Mass Mocha. Maggie is a star in the indie rock world and has crossed over into the mainstream. She has performed on Saturday Night Live, The Today Show, and the Coachella Music Festival. Her debut album, Heard It in a Past Life, debuted at number 2 on the Billboard album charts in January. In addition, special guest artist Natalie Prass will also be there. Natalie also released her self-titled debut album earlier this year and was one of the supporting acts on Grammy-winning artist Casey Musgrave's 2018 tour. This is sure to be a memorable concert. Maggie and Natalie will be playing at Mass Mocha on Tuesday, July 30th at 8 p.m. It will take place in Courtyard D, weather permitting. The popularity of Maggie Rogers has caused a spike in ticket sales. In fact, the show is currently sold out and no online tickets are available. You may still be able to buy tickets, but you must call Mass Mocha's phone number at 1-413-662-2111 for more information. The North Adams Steeplecats are currently in the midst of an excellent season. Right now, their record stands at 20 wins and 14 losses, good enough for second place in the Northern Division. Over the next 2 weeks, they will be playing 4 home games. As you can see in this graphic, they will be Wednesday, July 24th, Friday, July 26th, Saturday, July 27th, and Tuesday, July 30th. All North Adams home games will be played at the Joe Wolf Field and will start at approximately 6:30 p.m. Tickets for all adults cost $5. Visit the Steeplecats website for more information about everything Steeplecats related. Finally, if it's a rainy day in the Berkshires, why not go see a movie? The big movie in theaters right now is the live-action remake of Disney's The Lion King. This film was, by far, the highest-grossing movie at the box office over the last week, earning $185 million in North America alone. Fans going into this movie can expect the same songs from the classic 1994 edition, as well as some never-before-seen technology. The Lion King is great for all ages, young and old. This movie is directed by Jon Favreau and features an A-list cast of voices. The Lion King is rated PG. Visit Fandango.com for times and prices in Berkshire County. There are many other arts and entertainment events happening around Berkshire County that I could not get to. If you would like any more information about events happening in the county, you can visit the website http://justtheberkshires.com for everything Berkshire County related. That ends this week's edition of Weary Entertainment News. I'll be back every episode of Berkshire News Now to discuss the many plays, art exhibits, concerts, movies, and more going on in North Adams and surrounding towns. Back over to you, Julia.
At the North Adams Public Library, librarian Judith Ann Jody LaFortune Gothwald was memorialized with the unveiling of a new statue. The bronze statue of two children reading a book is located on the East Main Street entrance. The statue was a gift from Gothwald's sister, Mary Ann LaFortune Abusey, who remembered how she and her sister would walk home to the library on a regular basis. MCLA's Downtown Street Art is back for another season. Held on the last Thursday of every month until September, highlights include installations of work from several local artists and live music under the Mohawk Marquee. The event is from 5 to 8 p.m. and is free to the public. Cheshire Highway Superintendent Blair Crane has submitted a letter of resignation effective August 2nd. Crane was hired in the summer of 2017 to replace longtime Superintendent Peter Lefebvre. This decision comes as a shock as the Select Board has been pleased with Crane's work and had been looking to renew his contract. The town is still searching for a permanent or intern replacement before Crane officially exits in 2 weeks. For the 2019-2020 academic year, MCLA will be celebrating its 125th anniversary. The college will be collecting nominations of people, places, and things that have had a positive impact on the college community and its legacy. Submissions will be compiled into their 125th anniversary landing page, which will be debuting this fall. For any questions on how to submit nominations, you can email alumni@mcla.edu. In North Adams, the mayor's race is set as incumbent Tom Bernard is seeking a second term against opponent Rachel Branch. I had the chance to sit down with him to talk about the upcoming election.
Although the mayoral race is now set for November, incumbent Tom Bernard is living in the moment as he focuses on the last few months of his current term.
No, I think living in the moment, again, the only thing that's guaranteed to me right now is the time between now and December 31st. And as I've said, I have work that I want to see continue past that point.
Bernard is now set to face Rachel Branch, who also ran in the 2017 election. Bernard talks about the differences between this mayoral election and the last one.
There's a couple. One, I'm doing it from a position of experience, so I've got a year and a half under my belt. So like I said, I feel like I'm not done. You've talked about some of the issues that we're working really intentionally on, and I want to keep moving those. And then the other one is that when we ran last time, there was a 5-candidate preliminary. So that was the place where we were facing each other. And then past the preliminary, there were 2 candidates, Mr. Moulton and myself. So in this case, from this point forward, there are 2 candidates. So the conversation will be different.
Bernard, who worked at Mass MoCA early on in his career, talked about the importance of building upon the relationship that the institution has with the city.
But I also want to talk about what we saw just recently with the Solid Sound Festival. And what feels like a difference even from 2017 and certainly from when the festival began in 2010, which is a deeper role that North Adams plays in the experience that visitors have when they come to when they come for a festival like Solid Sound.
Not only does the North Adams native have a deep history with Mass Mocha, he also has close ties to the city's largest employer, MCLA.
We continue to build on that relationship, and one of the great things is that MCLA does have a great downtown presence with Gallery 51 and the Design Lab, and I just found out today that the city and the college have been able to collaborate to get funding for Gallery 51.
And while the city has put more emphasis on attracting tourism, Bernard is aware of the issues that plague the police and fire department buildings.
One of the big issues is the building is not currently accessible. So as we plan for the eventual renovation or replacement of the building, we need to make sure that it is accessible and usable for our staff, our public safety officers and first responders who work in that building, and then for the public to be able to come into the building and access the dispatch staff and the public parts of the department.
Bernard ends by expressing why he wants to run again.
Really simply, two things. One, I love the job, and two, I have more work to do.
And for Berkshire News Now, I'm Julia Texera.
For next week's show, BNN will also be sitting down with mayoral challenger Rachel Branch. In a press release, she said she's pleased to announce her candidacy for the mayor of the city of North Adams. She said, quote, "We need 2020 vision, one-to-one together," end quote. That's all for this week. Make sure to like our official Facebook page at facebook.com/Berkshire News Now for all things BNN, and you can watch all episodes through the Berkshire News Now YouTube page. Thanks for watching, and we will see you every other week throughout the summer with the next episode airing on August 6th.